Before we delve into this one, we should state for the record, murder is bad. Does everybody have that down? We good? Okay. Video games have never shied away from controversy or sensitive issues. Hell, going all the way back to Atari 2600's Custer's Revenge, we can trace a steady pattern of limit-pushing titles all the way to the present day. While some deserved the attention, others like the infamous Night Trap garnered attention for really no reason at all. That said, our current state of affairs has seen a steady increase in mature content, with many pushing limits just to see what they can get away with. Oh yeah, and I'm looking directly at you, don't get caught. Pinnacle, with an assist from TinyBuild, looked to step up the substance as well as the violence with the follow-up to Party Hard. Is this one worth a bender, or just another sloppy outing with a miserable morning waiting? For the uninitiated, Party Hard is at its core a trial-and-error puzzle game, where you take on the role of the aptly titled Party Hard Killer. Oft kept awake by your neighbor's incessant partying ways, you seek to rid the world of all this noise and just get some damn sleep. Of course, the loose narrative serves only as fodder as you quickly learn the sandbox puzzle will require some devious planning in order to eliminate your targets. The sequel builds on this and brings more to the table than just a number 2 slapped on at the end. Party Hard 2 shakes things up a bit, this time offering several objectives that can be satisfied in order to complete a stage, as opposed to the kill-them-all approach of its predecessor. With this edition, you will find new traps, new weapons, and a new crafting mechanic that will have the pixel hitmen scouring every nook and cranny for interactive items. Visually, the pixelated world has never looked better. Gone is the 2D aesthetic that dominated the first title. Instead, we're treated to a more 2.5D camera angle, adding a little depth to the environments. This is not without its flaws, as some of the darker areas are hard to navigate with this view, making simple navigation a chore from time to time. That said, the environments themselves and the occupants have never felt more alive. Well, for the limited time that you allow them to remain that way. The NPCs are lively. As with the first title, levels run the gamut of settings. Everything from your neighbor's apartments to biker hangouts is all in play. Additionally, the multiple characters, which you'll get some unlocked, are fun and offer different playthrough styles as you kill your way across 14 stages, including some boss fights this time. While not wholly original, these few encounters do shake up the gameplay a little bit, requiring quick thinking and even faster reflexes. Docked, the game looks crisp, but suffers from the tiny sprites used. This is more apparent when interacting with objects like pill bottles, which can wreak havoc on an AC system. Control-wise, there's little to complain about. The previously mentioned crafting system sounds great on paper, but the execution is a little less rewarding. If you happen to have a bottle and a jerry can, you can hold down B and make a Molotov. There's no real discovery here, nor is there anything robust like you would find in Dead Island or even Dead Rising. However, it doesn't really need to be. The satisfaction comes from planning and executing, for lack of better words, your plans and pouring the gasoline in a pattern just right, so that when you tamper with the hookah, the entire party is lit. Yeah, that pun was definitely intended. Additionally, you can now interact even more with the NPCs, adding a new level of hilarity as you watch sober partygoers end up pissed drunk, causing a scene that allows you to eliminate one of the goons in your hit list. The addition of vehicles is novel, but feels a tad shoehorned as they don't control that well and ultimately don't add too much to the overall experience. Audio-wise, Party Hard 2 comes out guns blazing. Well, not really. The sound effects are subtle and honestly feel like a partial step back, but this is countered, however, by an excellent soundtrack that will have your speakers or headphones bumping at all hours of the night. The included voice work here during the cutscenes is nice and recorded well, but kinda suffers from a lack of writing, which kinda deters from the overall immersion. So, with a new coat of paint, some tweaks, is Party Hard 2 worth your time? Absolutely! The replayability of this title is baked into its very DNA. The semi-procedurally generated levels offer new challenges long after your final victim falls. The lack of online co-op again hurts, but the local co-op option does offer some salvation for those looking to bring a friend along. The beauty is truly in the simplicity. Party Hard does not try to tread new ground, but instead polish what was already in place and give fans more of the often humorous and violent encounters. The sheer absurdity of the situations and the setups alone are worth the entry price for newcomers and returning slayers. The Nintendo Switch is a perfect home for this title, even without the touch controls. Thanks for checking out my review of Party Hard 2. If you enjoyed what you saw and heard here, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And certainly check the description so you can find all the ways you can follow me on social media so you always know what I've got coming next. Until next time, this is TF Banana. Peace!